Today we're going to talk about swinging in a circle. Trying to keep this golf swing thoughts to a minimum, try to keep it as simple as we can, helps keep us on track, get us more repetitions. By repetitions means doing the same thing over and over again. So we want to talk about swinging in a circle. Always remember, a circle has a center. In your golf swing, that's your sternum knot. It's a circle part of your neck and the back, basically your neck and your head. We want to keep that fairly still. So when we swing, we want that head to stay fairly centered, back and through. And that means, if you're looking from this angle, that means left, right. If you're looking from this angle, it means up, down. Didn't say perfectly still by any means. That's not what I said, but we're going to try to keep our head fairly still. That helps us keep a little more weight on our left and strike that ball a little more solid. So we want, a circle has a center. We want to keep that center cervical part of our neck or the sternum notch. We want to keep that fairly still, not perfectly still, fairly still. The next thing is a circle has a radius, and in golf, we measure the radius from the butt of the club to our sternum notch, back to that center, from the butt of the club to our sternum notch. That's our center. If we swing across our chest without turning our shoulders, that radius, we lose that radius. It becomes very, very narrow. And then during our swing, we have to straighten that back out, get it back to where it was, the original width. Otherwise, we're going to not hit the ball solid. We are trying to hit this ball fairly precisely. So we learn we have to turn our shoulders and we have to keep our arms straight. Because if we bend our arms, we lose that radius again. So when we play golf, let's keep our head, swing in a circle, keep our head, our center, fairly still, turn our shoulders, keep your arms straight to maintain that radius. And then the last thing, the swing has a tilt to it. The tilt is based upon the angle of the club. So I ask a lot of my students, how do you know how much tilt you have? Well, that's a trick question. You really don't decide. The engineer who designed this golf club said that this golf club works best at this angle. That's why they made it that way. If it would have worked best up like this or laying down flatter, that's how they would have made it. But it works best like this. So we should swing it at that angle. So when you start, if that club's pointing at your target line, then halfway back, or when the left arm is parallel to the ground, it should be pretty close to that target line. The shaft should lay on there, and believe it or not, our shoulders should be on the same angle. And then, of course, when we follow through, we want to get that club as close as we can to that same angle, and once again, get our shoulders close to that angle. So let's keep this thing as simple as we can. Now, we're going to work on different things. There's no question about that. But I think most everything always goes back is how can we learn to swing more in a circle? We do that by keeping our head fairly still, maintaining our center. We do that by maintaining our radius, turn our shoulders, keeping that arm straight. And then we respect this engineer by trying to learn to swing this club on the right angle of tilt. Okay? So again, hey, thanks for the business. Glad you're one of my students. If there's ever anything I can do to help you, you know where to get a hold of me. Thanks again.